Okay guys, we are going to do step 1 of our 3D sunset project right now. I'm going to video this so I don't have to do this every day when I teach this lesson, and then I use up a whole bunch of supplies that you guys could be using. So I'm just going to do it this one time. So we just finished looking at some sunset pictures. We looked at how the colors from the sky are reflected in the water. The water is usually darker and more blue, but the colors are very similar. We're also going to have a sun that is setting in our 3D sunset, and so everything around that sun is going to need to be brighter and more yellow. And as we go away from the sun in the sky, it's going to get darker and more purple. So first thing I'm going to do is write my name on the back of these, so I know they're mine. You should be doing the same thing. Write your class code below that. I'm writing Mr. Eck. I don't have a class code, and I know who I am. Okay. Make sure this is lined up. All right. So this left side is going to be my sky. The right side is going to be my water. So we're using tempera paints like we had before. We're going to come back over this with some chalk pastels next week, but this is just going to get us our base colors. So if this is my sky, then my sun's going to be down here. So it needs to be brighter down here and then slowly fade up to like a purple. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to lay down some blue first, and then everything I put down can blend with the blue. So first off, I just need a nice watery blue just to give me some color to play with to get started. You probably don't have to start with blue, but I did this on my first example I was working on to see if this idea was going to work, and it turned out really pretty. So it doesn't have to be super thick. We're just getting some color down so we have something to play with, some color to blend with. I found it always helps to do side by side with your strokes. I don't know why that is, but it just makes this look a lot better. Alright, so I'm going to be using yellow towards the bottom, because that's where the sun's going to be. So I'm going to go ahead and put some yellow down. It is going to kind of blend to be a green because I've got blue down, but that's okay. We're going to go back over it with more colors. We're just going to get in our base colors down. Next, I want it to fade to red and then to purple. If you decide you want to use different colors, that's okay, but these are the ones I've already used, and I found that they worked really well, so I'm going to stick with what I know. So get down some red on top of the blue. That will mix to some purple. Nice vibrant colors. And I need some purple at the top, which that's going to be a lot of red, and then I'm going to put some more blue on it because I want it to be darker and more purple at the top. Here's some red, and then we get some more blue. And the way you get the colors to blend is you just go over and over and over them. Just back and forth, back and forth. So right now I've got some kind of stripy look going on. It's mostly like a yellowish green down here. I need to go over these colors so that they blend together. So I'm going into the red, I'm going down to the yellow. I'm going back up into the red. I'm going to rinse my brush off. I'm going to do the same thing up here. I want the red to blend with the purple. So I'm going to go down the red, and I'm going to start going side by side and start working my way up. And that's going to make it merge a little bit better together. I want a smooth transition if at all possible. Do a little bit more yellow at the bottom. I think it can use that. Maybe here in the middle. And I think that's going to look really good for my basis for my sky. So I'm going to move that off to the side. Try not to touch your paint because we don't want it to smudge with fingerprints. Alright, now I'm going to work on the ground. I'm going to keep my sky handy so I can look at what colors I used. But the water is going to be more blue and a little bit darker. So first off, I'm going to get some blue down like I did the first time. I'm just going to put some water on top of that to really thin it out and spread it around. Again, I'm just doing side to side brush strokes. First thing I'm going to do is I want to add some green, because a lot of water has like a blue-green look to it. I'm going to reflect the colors of the sky, but I also want this to have its own kind of darker, almost teal look to it before I start adding any colors on top of it. So you can do this by adding yellow, but I want it to be a little bit more teal than like a hunter green. So I'm going to add green and blue instead of yellow and blue. It just gives it a different look to it. I think that's a good basis. Now I'm going to start adding the same colors that I had in the sky. So closest to the back, so I'm going to end up putting the sky here. So this is where the yellow should be, because the yellow is going to reflect on the same side as the yellow in the sky. So it'd be yellow first, followed by a little bit of red, and finally blending to purple. So I'm going to need red and more blue. So we want this to be very similar to the sky, but we don't want it to be identical, because it is on the water. It's just a reflection of what's in the sky. Looks like I lost a lot of my red. When I blend it, I'm going to add a little bit more in here. Just going side to side, merging those colors together. I think that's going to be really pretty. So if you look at them side by side, this is going to be my sky, this is going to be my water. I'm going to put them up. They should kind of be mirror images of each other. I'm going to do one more wash of blue on my water because I think it's a little bit too similar. I do want it to be a little bit different. So I'm going to kind of do a watered down blue on top of that. There's not only one right way to do artwork, so I'm kind of seeing what I feel this needs as it needs it. There's not like one perfect way to do this painting, so I'm kind of figuring it out as I go along as well. There, that gives it more of a blue-green look to it, along with that yellow. Maybe a little bit more red on the edges. Blend that in, sideways strokes. Yeah, I think it's going to be pretty. Alright, I know it's hard to see where we're going with this, but in week 2 we're going to add some more details with chalk pastels, and it's really going to come together for you. I think it's going to be a great project. So, great job, guys. Go get started, and I will do week 2 of the video for next week, and then we'll take it from there.